You're not simply addicted to dopamine or serotonin or oxytocin when it comes to this PMO thing, when it comes to being addicted to porn. Okay, what you're addicted to is, believe it or not, you're addicted to the animal impulses. Just think about it. That's how kinks work. That's how fetishes work. If you look at most fetishes, what do they circle around? They can circle around being animally, sort of, sometimes they can act like an animal in fetishes. Sometimes there's spanking involved. There can be dominatrix type stuff involved. And so you're definitely not just addicted to dopamine. In fact, you're not even... the problem is not even the addiction at all. It's the addiction to the addiction. And it took me meditating, and it took me a lot of mess ups to figure this out. But when you finally figure this out, when you finally learn, whoa, it's not the addiction, it's my addiction to the addiction. This changes everything. It's not until now that you can truly meditate and you can, focus on your, wherever you think the thoughts are. You focus. Where is the location of the addiction to my addiction? Seems corny, but just mentally locate it somewhere. And then as you are meditating, dissolve it. Just imagine it is being dissolved. If you realize this, you will save yourself many trials and many errors in this addiction. I promise you that. It does not mean that you're going to overcome it the first time, but when you realize that you're addicted to the addiction, that there's something weirdly, inherently addictive to being a slave to the lower nature, being a whore, quote unquote. We think of the male as being the more dominant one in the sexuality, but he's being dominated by his impulses. See, that thought, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but it is addictive. So when you take your mind and you turn it towards another route, you transmute it, then you can kill the addiction. Murder it. Destroy it. Annihilate it. And this was big. This was big when I first figured it out. Because everybody, they'll tell you that you're just addicted to dopamine and you're addicted to serotonin, and that's why you do it. Well, how come I can't go in my kitchen and pop some popcorn, right, and eat it? There's my dopamine fix, right? Well, dopamine is not exactly a pleasure hormone. It's actually a drive hormone. But most people don't think about it that way. So telling people that they're addicted to dopamine, as soon as they hear dope, they think, I'm a dope addict. No, you're not a dope addict. Stuff you're addicted to is anything but dope. It feels that way, being addicted to the animal impulses. But there's nothing good about being addicted to the addiction. It's a very weird thing to have to say. That's where meditation comes in. That's where all these ideas and stuff comes in, And I can promise you, if Gabe Dawg would have said it this way, he said it's your understanding. He said, if you have a deep enough understanding of how bad this is, you'll overcome it. That's true in a sense. But he didn't frame it as an addiction to an addiction. Had he had done that, many more people would have probably been successful. Meditate on that. And all the things that Christian thinks he is, you, the common individual, will become.